It's just a lazy way to warm up. A bit of upper body today. I'm going to do some single arm bottoms up press to start with, some rear delt stuff, and then some strict press, and then just push pull, and a bit of arms. Dress code for Dell Box is trousers, gloves and a hat. That's what you have to wear when it's fire.
And a t-shirt.
Yeah, you get quite hot. But it is 5 degrees outside. It doesn't help that the gym kit's been outside all night though. So yeah, cold.
Must be freezing.
Cold metal. Sometimes the barbells are absolutely horrendous. So basically, in the warm-up I do all the things I don't want to do. I do all the things that I need to do, but I don't want to do. So all the single arm ups and hand press. Sometimes I do face pulls or whatever pull aparts just to kind of liven up all the rear delts. But you fit all the activation stuff in your warm-up, then you don't have to worry about doing that at the end of the session. On leg day I might do all my glute conditioning work at the beginning. So, before I start, I always like put on my back and just start getting these forearms and this rack position sorted. It's my favourite way to kind of loosen these up. So I'm going to do some strict press to start with. This is just my favourite way to get that rack position nice and loose. So great for front squats, but also for strict press. Now we have some weight. So we're going to build to 60 today, sets of 6. Just going to have 2 warm-up sets, and then I'll build to 60, my working weight. So the way I'm going to do the session, I'm going to do activation first, which I've just done, all my single arm and banded work, a strength piece where I'm going to do 3 sets of 6. Then I'm going to do some strength accessory, just as supersets, so push-pull supersets, and then I'll finish up with some arms and some core conditioning. Glorious session, fun day. There is no mental stress around this session. compared to leg day, this is easy. I felt a bit heavier than I should have. So I just use my Apple Watch. Mostly for a timer. I think keeping timing your rest periods brings the intensity to the session, and it's very easy to jump on Instagram, mess around on your phone, and all of a sudden a controlled 2-minute rest period turns into 3.5 minutes, and it changes where the session's meant to go. So I have my phone just over there, hooked away. I try to avoid it the best I can, and then I put a 2-minute timer on between each set, and then that controls where the session's going to go. If you find your sessions are not that intense or a bit easy at times, it's because a lot of times you're just resting too much. And if they're too hard, you might be resting too little. But if you're resting too little, the load's not where it's meant to be. Like, this is a measured load that I'll be doing for today. Percentage wise, I know I can do 3 sets of 6 of this. But if I start taking 3.5 minutes, it becomes easier. I want a 2-minute rest period between sets. But yeah, timing your intervals will make is probably one of the best. It's probably one of the most crucial bits of advice that I can give to bring it to controlling where the session is going to go. I don't tend to use the other features actually. So the reason why I don't really use the activity trackers, because a lot of times I take my watch off because I don't want to break it. So sometimes I would have my iPad out for my timings, but sometimes when I'm training, because like a lot of times I do Olympic lifting, so then I take it off because I've got wrist straps on. It's only because I'm not doing any Olympic lifting today. I'm not doing anything that's going to damage it. I'm not doing anything like rings or I'm not doing like handstand stuff or my CrossFit stuff. Because I'm not doing that, I can have my watch on today, but I don't really use the activity tracker. I use my watch to track steps because I have a weekly step goal, but in the session I just mostly just use the watch to time rest intervals, which for this set's 2 minutes, which goes really quickly. This is harder than what it should be. But yeah, it's going okay. Anybody knows strict press is the hardest move to improve on. It's such marginal gains on strict press, but it's one of the most important exercises. It's just a compound move, so it's a compound pressing move. Compound meaning it includes more than one key muscle group, so it's not isolation. You know, when you stand up with the bar, you're immediately going to want to arch and get yourself like that. You've got to tense your quads. Yeah, you're going to want to stand like that. You're going to want to tense your quads, tense your glutes, tense your core, and kind of almost like just sit up as you go to press. And then when all this stays tight, you can press through. If any of this goes weak, and I'm like that, I won't have the strength to press it. So it's all about engaging all of this, so you're nice and tight, and then you're pressing through. Okay, 10 seconds. Last set. The first rep's the hardest on this. By far the first rep is the hardest, because you start at the bottom of the lift. It's like bench press where you unrack it, you start at the top and then you lower and then go. This one you start at the bottom of the lift and you need to build a tension and then drive up. Same as like the deadlift, you start the deadlift on the floor and have to build that tension on the floor before you stand up. Okay. Right, moving on. Yeah, I don't need any of this now. Cool, that's enough of that. Okay, next we're going to do some dumbbell press ups, so also known as like parallel push ups. Just going to get a bit deeper, full, get my shoulders touching the dumbbell, and then I'm going to switch over to incline prone row, which is one of my favourite rows. It's a lot of horizontal pulling today. The reason I like this is because you can have a nice solid chest position and really just focus on getting a big pull when you row, instead of like rotating around. You'll stay quite even and you can really focus on getting the elbows back. Really good way to do a horizontal pull. So leg position first, head over, grab the dumbbells, then and it's raining in Dell box. Right, great session there. Fun, like I said, fun session. You know, when it comes to upper body, there's no emotional commitment to upper body. I actually love it. I can always get myself in the mood to do it. So that was just a fun push pull, and then tomorrow I've got legs, and then I've got another push pull later on in the week. Okay, well I hope you found that interesting. I hope you enjoyed it, and check in for the next vlog coming next week.